This bullshit.
Yeah, Ricardo's like, "Oh, this is gold," and I haven't started recording it.
God,
it's too
damn
late.
it. Marvin,
We recorded the whole episode. And you didn't hit
gotta
record?
do it like Mark Maron, dude. When we don't know that we're recording. We're like, are we recording? It's like, yeah, dude. Have you listened to the episode of Mark Maron? He always hits record.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
And then they don't know. Yeah, they've been recording. For
Are we
an hour.
recording? Yeah, we've been recording for like an hour, man.
Like, when are we gonna start? Yeah. Oh.
Now you piece of shit.
Mm-hmm. Well, now that the music started, everyone's like, "Oh yes, we should."
Yeah.
Let's everybody shut up. The music's playing.
Let's just enjoy it.
Show some respect, damn it.
Show some respect to
You
Earl
listening
Grey.
at home, your hat's off, right? You're standing, right?
Yeah.
Your hands over your heart, right?
Yeah, hat over your
No
heart.
kneeling.
Yeah.
Hat over your heart.
Nobody kneels during this song.
Or goddamn, what's his name? The Irish dude. What's his face?
Cole Meany.
No, the
Cole O'Brien.
character's name. Cole
Miles O'Brien. Yeah.
Miles
Miles
Meany.
O'Brien will fucking beat the shit out of you, dude.
Miles.
Man.
I have to say something before we go.
Okay.
A little disclaimer. Let me go on
Yes.
a rant, dude. No, I'm going to go on a rant. Hey, look.
I've been ready for the rant.
I want to say this. If you're a new listener, if you're an old listener, thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. Jackie, stay cool, man. Stay golden. If you're a new listener, hey, welcome. This may not be for you. I want to warn you. We get a little, I wanted to say handsy. No, we don't get handsy, dude. We're not even in the same room.
No, we're not.
Look, it gets a little blue. You know,
Little
I was about to
salty.
say.
It gets a little
Yeah.
random.
A little
Yeah.
salty.
So look, you don't have to listen to the whole thing. Like it's not, you're not on a road trip and your dad put this on. And you're like, he won't fucking change it. He fucking loves these assholes from the Star Trek
Unless that's
podcast.
precisely what's
No.
happening, in which case, what
unless
the hell,
that's
Dad?
happening, then Tim, shut the
Listen to
fucking
your
pod-
son.
Put it on your ear pods, dude. Put it on your ear
Yeah.
pods. The whole car doesn't have to listen to this, dude. It's awkward.
Oh my god!
They're in the back
Is that
there.
everyone's childhood? Because that
Yeah.
that is mine for
They
sure.
gotta hear about dicks and fucking vaginas
Yeah.
out of from us and not from you, dude.
Is
Yeah.
that, is
Together,
that what
Tim.
your parents did? Wow.
Yeah, they would force us to listen to,
To listen to
their
dicks
whatever.
and vaginas.
Yeah,
I
I
just
was like,
listen
what's
to
a
jazz.
dick? What's a vagina?
So if you don't like it, I want to tell you this. You could save some time. You don't have to message us. Not that I read messages. I don't even read my own text messages that I get. So don't message us like, hey, I don't like you guys. We don't like ourselves, pal. So
Yeah, too late.
So,
we don't like
guess what, dude?
ourselves.
Don't save the time and just don't listen. Just change the channel. Go listen to something else. Go listen to fucking something else. Not
Mark
us, man.
Maron.
Yeah, go listen to Mark Maron, dude.
It's okay. You should
yeah.
you should continue hate listening to us.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't
Yeah, if you don't like
It's all
us,
numbers, baby.
just turn it down and keep
Yeah.
it playing, and
Yeah.
that's all we ask.
Yeah.
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 That- I'm just
No,
saying,
no, don't turn it down. Get
no one's forcing you
angrier.
to listen. Like
Yeah.
if you hate her stupid political views, that's fine. I'm okay with that. I hate every political view. I hate humans. So that's where that's what we're standing at right now. I hate all humanity, just so everybody knows out there. There's not one I'll tell you the race I hate the most. I'm gonna reveal it here. You guys ready? The race I hate the most is a human race.
Yeah. I thought you were about to
Got
say the
'em.
presidential race.
Well, that too, man. But you don't have to listen. Hey, turn it off. We'll respect you for that. Not really.
Yeah.
We'll talk shit behind your back. We'll be like Tim.
Look,
fucking
I
Tim
hate all
Jr. changed the
presidents.
channel. So hey, but if you like what we're doing and you've been listening, fucking awesome, guys. We love you guys. I'm
speaking of
just here
hating-
for the laughs, man.
You know, this episode, The Wounded, was all about hating
Yep.
on all sorts of stuff
Yeah.
in various different ways.
Yeah.
This is about Hayden
Vegetarian
Panettiere,
food.
Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
Is this Star Trek's take on Apocalypse Now?
Yes, I was just gonna say that. I wanted them to just play I wanted
This is the end.
Cole Meany to just do
That's
the
the
fucking
song
rant.
that they sing when
Yeah,
they.
I just wanted them to go.
Yeah.
I've been here a week now, waiting for my mission, getting softer.
Yeah, they shouldn't have gotten Shawshank Warden, man.
Captain
It should have been
Maxwell
Marlon
starts like
Brando.
Yeah.
Captain Maxwell starts like spreading like photon torpedo paste all over his face.
Yeah.
Torpedo paste.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, watch The Wounded. It's kind of Miles O'Brien's breakout party. He gets to do a lot more.
He gets to be the hero.
He gets to be a full character.
Yeah. He's the Martin Sheen of this episode.
Martin. Mm-hmm. Yes. Well, in any case, The Wounded first aired January 28th of 1991. Let's go around the sun, Dan.
All right, so despite it being 3 weeks since the last airing, Home Alone was still dominating the old BO.
Damn, it was. I mean, it's
little body odor.
Yeah, man. However, on the 11th of January, we did have one notable release because it was Lionheart, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme himself.
Hell yes, dude. Lionheart.
Lionheart.
I don't know what this movie is.
Oh, dude. You're in for a treat, dude.
All right, Ricardo, what do you know about Lionheart?
What is it?
Okay. So basically, it's the original Street Fighter. You know what I mean?
Like, is it?
Like,
kind of.
Yeah, he's, fuck, dude, I don't want to spoil it. Look, this is a quick little thing. So, it's two brothers. One brother's in America. One brother is in. I think Jean-Claude is in like the French Foreign Legion. Like he's part of the French Foreign Legion.
Yeah, I think so.
And his brother, like, he gets involved in like betting and drugs and just with the wrong people, and they kill him. They burn him alive, dude.
Oh my god!
And he gets a letter from his sister-in-law that his brother died, and like they're in kind of dire straits. And so he tells the French Foreign Legion, like, hey, I gotta go, I gotta deal with this thing real quick. And they're like, no, fuck you, dude, you're staying here, dude.
I gotta go home and be a family man.
Yeah, and he's like, no, and he escapes, dude. And so you got kind of like the Bloodsport plot where they're like, there's people chasing him, but also he has to fight. But he doesn't have to fight for honor like Bloodsport. He has to fight for money for his sister.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be revenge. Oh,
well, a little bit of that too, but mostly for money.
Okay,
it's badass. There's some really good fights. There's a fight in like a half empty pool, mostly empty pool. There's a little bit of water, and it's really cool.
And it's usually you see like splash kicking and
yep,
like Ong Bak 2.
Yeah.
Exactly.
There's a fight with like a Roddy Piper like character like in a parking garage. It's really there's a lot of cool fights. Like I feel like Street Fighter. I don't know what year. I guess it came out way before this, right? I guess Lionheart took a lot from Street Fighter.
Did it? I thought Street Fighter would have come after this.
Well, yeah, it would. That's what I meant to say. I meant to say that Street Fighter came way afterward.
Because Street Fighter took a lot
Street Fighter 2, the game.
Movie.
Yeah,
like Street Fighter 2, the game hasn't even been out yet.
Yeah. They
were
always
enough
unsure.
of the Jean-Claude Van Damme love. Because he would make a great captain, by the way.
He would. We have gone over this. Continuing on, the 12th, U.S. Congress officially authorized George Bush to wage war on Iraq so that it will never, ever have to happen again.
Just the finality of it.
It only can happen once. It's like double jeopardy.
Yeah.
And then 5 days later, Operation Desert Storm began.
Desert Storm. Wow.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it is a cool name. I'll give it that.
They always try to give these operations cool names. That's why people
but back when I was a kid, it kind of worked on me. It's like, what's Desert Storm? That sounds cool.
Desert Storm.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
That sounds
cool.
The G.I. Joe are out there fighting, dude.
Yeah,
that sounds like a new cool yo-yo or something.
Against Cobra and Destro, fighting to save the day.
Duke is out there.
Snake Eyes is out there fighting in the oil fields.
Shadowstorm.
Yeah, man. Anyway, on the 19th, my final bit for this trip around the sun, Sergeant Slaughter defeated the Ultimate Warrior to win the WWF Championship belt.
Oh my god, how could Sergeant Slaughter defeat he's the Ultimate Warrior?
Yeah,
I don't know, man.
There's nothing past Ultimate, dude.
That must be why it was notable enough to be considered a news story like worth remembering from 1991.
I admittedly don't know that much about this era of wrestling. I just know that they were around.
Yes, that's true.
I wanted to say the Ludicrous Warrior could have been the one above him, and then that reminded me that we showed my kid Spaceballs because he was really into Star Wars.
Oh.
And then he went back to Star Wars, and then he would say things like, "Ha, light speed, not as fast as ludicrous speed."
I like that he's at the age where it's like not separated for him. It's like
no, it's the same universe.
Yeah, it like melts together.
Yeah.
So,
he kind of understands it a little.
Well, yeah,
like
he understands, but
yeah.
there's no need to like make a separation.
No.
He'll just be like, yeah, sure, whatever.
My favorite part in all of Spaceballs is just watching Yogurt say, "May the Schwartz be with you," and he just keeps shaking and shaking until he just kind of sparkles away.
Yeah. For a while, he wanted to be Barf for Halloween.
That's pretty good. Barf would be easier than Pizza the Hut. So
yeah. I was thinking of Pizza Hut first. I kind of forgot who Barf was for a second.
Yeah. You just put some eyeshadow and some white and some ears. You got yourself Barf going.
Yeah. You just need to take like a hard left turn when you're making a Kiss costume.
Yeah. Well, it's like a Kiss / Ghostbusters costume because of the jumpsuit.
Yeah.
You're right. Mm-hmm.
And then they put some ears.
Yeah, and in fact, you could use it for Barf one year and then use it for Ghostbusters the next year. You could really recycle.
Yeah, it's like that one outfit that's like a pirate and a ringmaster. The only difference is the hat.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
There's a great like costume catalog where it's like the exact same photo of the exact same kid, but they photoshopped a different hat onto his head.
That's true, though. There's a lot of things that are changed just by having a different hat on.
Yeah, man.
Are you more or less threatening? It depends on the hat you're wearing.
Yeah.
Add some spikes to it.
Yeah. Well, there's no way to segue to our sponsor.
Well,
we have sponsors.
If you ever thought about
getting jerked, sorry, wrong sponsor.
No.
Wrong sponsor. Who's our sponsor? And what hat are they wearing?
Well, if you want to accessorize your hat with a nice new wallet, you can head on over to Exter.com.
If you want to buy your hat a wallet as a gift.
So Exter makes quality portable. Well, portables is the wrong word. All wallets are portable. It's like quality small wallets. Those compact wallets. They're super slim. They're sleek and minimalistic design. They have that button.
I was getting tired of my clunky desktop wallet.
Yeah. This one you could take anywhere. You don't have to check it when you travel.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, it's got that cool button for quick card access to all of your most commonly used cards. The whole wallet itself can hold at least 12 cards plus cash, which is pretty nuts. It's made up from all sorts of different environmentally friendly and high quality materials like Italian leather, space grade aluminum, carbon fiber. I think they also even have vegan leather options. It's pretty cool. And it's RFID protection built into the plates to make sure that people can't just walk by and steal your credit card information. And it's also got a tracker that you can build right into it that lets you, it's like, what's that, Apple Tags? The thing where you're like, oh, I lost my thing. You can just find it, It's very similar to with the tracker on this thing if you want to. Yeah. And it's lots of different types of wallets too. So like if you want the small one that pops out, or you want a more regular looking bifold, you just want a cash clip, it's all sorts of stuff you can get at Exter.com. That's EKSTER.com. And if you use our offer code Newbie, that's NEWBIE, it gets you up to 25% off site-wide. Which is a pretty dang good deal. And that stacks with any sales that they have ongoing, which is, pretty neat.
Yeah, that is cool.
Yeah. They'll go ahead and do that. So again, that's Exter.com, EKSTER.com, and use offer code Newbie for up to 25% off site-wide. Also, we got our old mainstay, ExpressVPN. The internet it's true. The internet is a disgusting and dangerous place that you don't want to go in without protection. And if you want the best type of protection, you should use a quality VPN like ExpressVPN. Because not only does it obfuscate to your ISP what you're doing, it also works on pretty much every device you can think of. If you have a device, there's an app for it. It has 3,000 plus servers and 160 locations spanning 94 countries, and they're adding more servers every day. It actually works with Netflix and other streaming services. Like the name suggests, it's super fast, and they keep no activity or connection logs, which is a claim that has been tested several times, including by governments. So if you want access to that type of VPN, just head on over to expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. And if you sign up for 12 months, they're going to give you an extra 3 months for free, which makes the whole deal 49% off. Which is a pretty good deal. And if for whatever reason you're not satisfied, there is a 30-day money back guarantee, which is, there's no risk to you at all. So again, expressvpn.com/newbie Star Trek. You sign up for 12 months, you get an extra 3 months for free, which is a total savings of 49%. That's pretty good. All right.
Full disclosure, I have ExpressVPN activated right now because I can't let my ISP find out that I do a podcast.
The government,
especially not this one.
Once the government finds out you're doing this, it's your ass.
If anyone finds out, I've been risking my life this whole time.
So has Denise Crosby, in order to give us the segue every time.
Ricardo, could you please tell us what happened in this episode?
Rip in peace, Tasha.
You think she knows that we're using this for
Oh yeah,
podcast?
I explicitly asked her for this.
Oh no,
as a thing. I'm not. There's no trickery at all. I explicitly asked her.
You didn't just say these words like in Channel 3. You're like,
no, I very explicitly said
had white hairs, and then you just Franken bit her.
No, it was very explicitly
Ricardo,
like, hey,
can you tell us what is happening in this episode?
This is very explicitly for a podcast. In fact, let's treat this like a business arrangement. I would just like this line, blah blah. And she did it. Stellar. It's fantastic.
She's best. That's why she's the best in the biz.
Thank you, Denise Crosby. Thank you.
She's the ExpressVPN of the Star Trek cast. Very safe,
super fast, safe,
super fast,
dependable.
Safe. Yep.
And doesn't keep any logs of your interactions with her.
No logs, dude.
Very private.
When she poops,
she won't even remember you when you talk to her next. I swear to God.
Okay, this episode starts off weird. I was prepared not to like this episode, and then it turned halfway through it. And when it turned into Apocalypse Now, I was like, God damn it, Picard's right there. Just use him as a Marlon Brando character. He's like, the horrors.
Picard becomes Marlon Brando.
Yeah, he has to suddenly switch gears and become the other character.
It is one of the downsides of the episode is that the guy they got to play Captain Maxwell, I think doesn't quite match the level of intensity I think you would need for a captain who's doing that sort of thing.
He has a punchable face.
He sure does.
No, the other captain, the Captain Maxwell, like something about, how certain people have punchable faces and you don't know why. Like you feel
he's kind of
a certain
typecast
way.
as like a punchable faced guy.
Yeah, he's jerks in lots of shows and movies.
Yeah, he's always a jerk whenever he's cast. Because
maybe it's his eyebrows. I don't know. Something about him.
I think because he has that smug smile. He's kind of like, and he looks kind of like, all right, well.
Well, here's the thing. In this episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians,
let's just get that out of the way. Let's just get that out.
And the Cardassians are going to come up like a lot over the course of Star Trek.
Some Kardashians are Jenners, but they call themselves Kardashians because the show's called Kardashians. It makes no fucking sense because half of them are not Kardashians. So it's very confusing. So in the Kardashians, there's this guy called Miles Teller. Jen Teller.
What?
His character's name is like Gal Gadot or something.
Gal Gadot.
The Ghoul Masset guy. Okay.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah. I like Gal Gadot though. Gal
Gadot's pretty good.
Well, he's got a friend who later on tries to hack their computers. Glenn Teller, Miles Teller's dad, and Glenn Teller is a really great character actor that they should have gotten to play the other captain. His name is Marco Rodriguez. He was one of the guys. He was a crazy supermarket killer in Cobra. You guys ever watch Cobra with Stallone?
He was also in
The Crow,
the Arsenal of Freedom. He was the guy who was like do you remember the episode where it was like the weapons dealer planet and they were all trapped on it.
Wait, are you
And,
talking
like-
about one of the aides?
No. He wasn't one of the aides. He was the guy who approached Riker and told Riker, "Hey."
No, what I mean
your-
is like, is the actor referring to one of Gal Gadot's aides?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
yes.
He's the
guy who tries to hack the
he
computer.
was the fake captain that like was like a hologram to fool Riker.
Yes,
Yeah.
in Arsenal Freedom in the first season.
Yeah.
He's the one who's dead the whole time. So, I mean, that could have been interesting if that guy was suddenly... I think it's because they already showed him, so they can't...
Maybe.
Make him a captain
But he was
again.
he's a solid character actor. He would have been great. But anyway, here's the thing: is that the actor that they got to play the other captain, he's good and all, but
Yeah, he's a Shawshank what's his face?
But
Warden,
he's more Weasley, like conniving than he is.
Yeah.
He's not
definitely more
like
that.
he's not like I'm going to kill everyone energy. He's like I'm going to steal your money quietly behind your back energy. Like,
exactly.
Yeah.
And we're not saying that he's a bad actor, not at all. He's a great actor, but just
a different vibe.
Different ballpark.
Yeah, it just doesn't quite fit the energy of the character or the type of character. That's all. It's like a casting issue, not a acting issue, in my opinion.
I mean, I don't think it's necessarily a casting issue. It's just like I feel like our memories of Shawshank Redemption are just too strong.
But I think it's also the way he portrays himself. I think it's he's not like...
Because remember,
like the way he plays it is like he's kind of in denial about how affected he is by the loss of his family, and that part I can pick up on. I feel like
he plays it like a Vietnam vet. I feel like we're watching a Vietnam movie.
What? Who?
Maxwell? Are we not talking about Maxwell?
Oh no, I thought I still have the conniving like Weasley thing in my head. I couldn't get out of it. If he had played it like a Vietnam vet, like PTSD, that would have been great because it would have been exactly like
where you just start zoning out every so often, and
well, the vibe they were going for was Apocalypse Now, which is PTSD.
The story,
yeah, and the character should have been PTSD. Like that's what he should have had, but he was so Weasley, and he just has that face of like. No, my intent is like these dudes have gold. That's what I thought was going to be the end for a bit. Like, they had gold.
They're hiding gold.
They're hiding gold.
He looks very, very suspicious.
Into like a Three Kings type of fucking movie.
I mean, I was okay with it.
He's like a secondary villain in an Indiana Jones movie, not the main villain. You know, he's the guy.
Sure.
But anyway, the episode.
I mean, that's
off,
definitely the typecast you would be.
Yeah. Oh, we got to start how it starts off though, because that's all fucking weird.
It starts off and like, well, I want to talk about Miles O'Brien's food thing.
Miles O'Brien's everything thing with his wife.
There's so much
Did they
wrong
spend
with
any
this
time together before getting married?
No,
apparently not.
I was like the way they're talking. I'm expecting him to go, "Wait, you're Japanese?" I had no idea.
Exactly. I was like,
or he's like, "Hey, honey, I'm Irish. Did you know that?"
I felt like he was going to say, "I thought you were from Irvine." He's like, "No, I'm from Japan."
They know nothing about each other at all.
Like nothing at all. It's so weird. I don't like it.
It's so strange.
It's crazy because it does kind of So at first they're talking about the Kardashians, and they're like, "Oh, they're sketchy as shit, dude. Their mom will sell their daughter's sex tape." And it all makes sense. I'm like, "Oh fuck, I'm into this. The Kardashians are bad. I'm in. I'm ready." I agree with you guys. And then Miles O'Brien is introduced to his bride, who he just met, I guess, the day he got married. And he's like,
they like trying to imply that she was like mail order or something.
No, not mail. She's a hologram.
Data is the one who ordered her.
I'm gonna drop a really
introduced us, Data.
I'm gonna drop a really horrible insult on this woman, but she's a hologram baby.
I mean,
she's a hologram made baby.
It seems really odd. I feel like this scene is like there's some weird. I don't want to say like racist, but like there's some really weird stereotypes in this.
Yes,
with the potatoes, and the
fish, and he goes, "I'm not a fish," and that. On both sides. That like he's like, "Oh, all you eat is
she's not even eating like fish, which is bewildering. She's eating like
well, she's. It seems like she's like a vegetarian or a vegan, and like Miles is like, I didn't know you were fucking vegan. If you told me you were vegan, I would have fucking not married you.
Yeah. And she's like, "Oh, this is healthy. This is what I ate every morning growing up." It just seems like she's trying to push that, like, Japanese cuisine is like
But Japanese cuisine isn't plankton loaf and sea berries.
Exactly.
This smacks of a guy who heard wait, they eat seaweed?
Yeah.
Sushi wrapped in seaweed? And then he just went off on his own after hearing that one thing.
Yeah, exactly. Also, I think he's the thing what they're doing is they're combining, well, she's Japanese and she's a botanist, so she must eat Japanese plant things. That's their mentality.
And Miles says, I'm not a fish.
Yeah, the Japanese plant's called plankton.
Plankton.
You fat cats didn't finish your plankton. That's mine.
I guess they never had breakfast before because he's just like, why can't we have muffins? Why can't we have whatever? And it's just have you guys never woken up together after a long night of, whatever?
So have you not just a Keiko at least, have you not interacted with anyone else on the ship?
I know, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's super weird.
It feels like she is as new and she just started existing last episode.
Yeah, she was just feels into this world.
Exactly, it's weird to me.
Maybe she is a hologram
because that's how she's written.
We've only seen her in his quarters. We've never seen her walking around the hall. So maybe
she's a figment of his imagination.
She's just a holographic projection in his own room.
Yeah.
So it's like Blade Runner 2049.
Yeah. Ana de Armas. Hell yeah, dude. The best Marilyn Monroe.
Oh
no. So he's like, fuck this food, dude. This is fucking shit food. How about I cook, honey? And she's like, well, what are you gonna cook? He's like mutton chops and fucking and Guinness beer and whiskey and fucking
potatoes.
He starts getting potatoes.
Oxtail. I agree with the oxtail. Yeah.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Here's a couple of things that I want to say about this thing. Mm-hmm. One is if you are, I don't think there should be vegetarians in this world anymore.
If you could replicate,
because even if you like, okay, so if you hate the taste of meat, then I guess maybe you would be a vegetarian. But for ethical reasons and to help the planet, you're not eating meat, then this is perfect because it would replicate it. So
yeah, exactly. We're doing this right now. We're creating fake meat. Now.
I mean, and in the 24th century, they're beyond meat.
Wait, I have a question though. That there's something that really confused me. Is Miles she says to him, when he's talking about his mom and how she used to make real meals.
Yeah,
she says to him, your mom didn't use a replicator, and he's like, she didn't believe in a replicator. She thought real food was more nutritious. So does that mean the food that's? I think we've asked this question before. Is the food not food in the replicator?
No, it is food.
Because he says that it's not.
They don't say it's not. He says she used to think that it was less nutritious, but he says it if you notice he kind of says it no, it's not true. It's like
a superstition.
He kind of says it my dad yells at me because I walk around barefoot. He says I'm going to get a cold.
Yeah, I think it's also similar to how
because I was a little confused by that.
It's also that food that comes out of the replicator is there's very little variety, style to it, for lack of a better word.
It won't add the it doesn't vary from a formula. So if you order a steak, the steak's always going to taste the same.
So you're not going to get a weird carrot or something.
You can't tell the replicator to speculate a more garlic fried something.
The thing is if you order a steak, it's gonna give you a steak the same way each time. It's not gonna be the steak from Morton's is different from the steak from this other place because they marinate the meat in this or they age the meat this way.
Yeah, they also try to make the food perfectly nutritious, so they try to make it really balanced. Whereas, this is why Deanna. That's why Deanna said, I would like a really real chocolate sundae. It's because the replicated chocolate sundae is a healthier version.
Yeah.
So here's the thing: is that I think this is stupid. I think this is a stupid concept because in the future you can cure everything. So you can cure cholesterol, you can cure diabetes. I would not be eating shit food, dude, all day, every day. Fucking give me the best, dude. Give me the best Taco Bell, dude.
Yeah.
None of that fucking Del Taco
Wagyu
bullshit.
Taco
yeah,
Bell.
yeah. Give me Taco Bell. Give me steak. I want just steak all day.
I want my Del Taco tortas.
Oh, you know what? I
Wagyu beef.
have a quick aside about Taco Bell. Turns
here we
out
go.
that
Here we
someone
go.
at my work had a relative who was an assistant manager at the Taco Bell near our work.
Okay.
Oh.
And once she learned that, my favorite old item was a Mexi Melt, and I told her what was in it, they made me a goddamn Mexi Melt.
No way.
And it was using their bigger tortillas, so it was like a full ass size
That's
Mexi Melt. It
fucking
was
hype.
pretty
That's
freaking
hype
sick.
That's
as shit.
Oh my god! Did you feel like the luckiest person on the planet?
It was like
That's like such a nice gesture of somebody.
I know.
to do
I was
for
very,
you.
I was
wow.
very, very thankful. It was a very nice gesture. Very,
That
very
is
sweet.
incredible. I mean,
And it was amazing to be reunited with that item.
Wow, that
Yeah,
is
yeah,
special.
You guys remember the little biscuit sandwiches that KFC used to have? They're called Chicken
Yes.
Little.
Yeah.
Yes.
They don't make them anymore. Those were delicious.
You could just make them yourself. Just get a biscuit. And
Yeah,
No,
but
it's not
it
the
doesn't
same.
taste the same.
Well, they tried to like say they were back for a while, but they weren't the exact same as they used to be.
Exactly, dude.
yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
they still have something called a Chicken Little on their menu, perhaps, but it's still not the same thing that it was.
By the way,
I think this thing had like extra MSG or something.
Speaking of MSG, so for those who don't
oh my
know,
god.
the Colonel's secret 11 herbs and spices were released by accident. And so now we actually know the recipe, and it's amazing. It's weird. It's got like ginger and dried mustard in it. It's very interesting. I would not have expected that. But some people try to replicate it, and they said it still doesn't taste the same. It's because there's a 12th secret herb,
No.
and that
God.
herb.
Did they
is
separate
MSG.
the recipes? They were like,
Yeah, wasn't it revealed by like the Colonel's actual nephew?
No, yeah, the Colonel's nephew held up his aunt, so the Colonel's wife's will, and on the back of the will was the 11 herbs and spices.
And he wasn't even trying to hide it. He was like, "Oh, there it is."
He's like, "Oh,
why,
that must be the secret
would
herbs and
he
spices,
do
I guess."
that?
And then
why would it be
KFC,
on
the
the back of the
corporation, was
will?
like, "We have all sorts of people saying that they have the original recipe. That's wrong." Oh my god!
Have him killed.
It's like have him killed right now. But honestly, the fact of the matter is, no one's going to bother putting all this together, and it's not actually going to become
the
a
whole
problem
point
for
is
them.
the convenience. You just-
Exactly.
No,
we all know how to make
actually-
a pizza, but we still go to buy pizzas.
I still want to spend one weekend though making this fried chicken.
Oh
And
yeah, do it as an experiment and
yeah.
just see how nice it is. But once you're done with that, it's like I can't fucking do
because
this
it's that
every day.
because you bread it with that, and then you pressure cook it. So our instant pot should work. And then
All right.
apparently
Wait,
you also
where's
use
the
a little.
fry
Here's the thing:
part?
is
And you fry it in the oil in the instant pot. Like
is it the
pressure-
juice is never worth the squeeze, dude.
Yeah.
You gotta buy it from the store. You gotta buy it from the
And
store.
I also have to
That's
buy
true.
MSG because I don't have any
Yeah,
in the house.
yeah.
So
Ew.
you have to-
I don't. Is that bad for you? That's bad. For
Nah,
you.
it's a
No,
myth.
that's
It's a
good.
myth.
It's
It's a
good.
myth.
It's a
It's a
myth.
myth.
Is it a myth?
It's
It's a myth.
It was
you're-
demonized
you're-
unfairly
yeah.
at some point.
Yeah, dude.
It was a way to deter
It was-
people
it was
from eating
racist.
What
Chinese
is
It was racist.
MSG? Oh,
It
it's
was-
racist.
They were being
Yeah.
racist against Asian restaurants. They were, dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Fucking-
Yeah, it
But
was a
what
way to
is
deter people from going.
MSG? I don't even know what that
MSG
is.
stands for
Delicious.
Monosodium
monosodium glutamate.
glutamate.
Yeah,
Yeah,
It's-
and
it's
it's
short
basically
for
what
delicious
creates
spices.
It's what creates that umami flavor when you're eating like something meaty or
Yeah.
something like mushrooms are like MSG basically.
Oh,
pure.
yes. So that whole campaign about MSG being
Racist
bad
bullshit,
was
dude.
about racist. Was racist.
To be fair, if you eat like a
Oh,
tablespoon of raw MSG, you will probably get a headache because it's
Yeah.
a lot. But I'm sure you could say that about like eating a tablespoon of
I mean,
like.
they were
Yeah.
like, "You're gonna get cancer," and like, you know,
No, dude.
No, that's
All
not.
sorts of
If you snort a spoonful of cocaine, you're not gonna have a great time unless that's what you're used to. But if you
Yeah.
just have a little key bump, you're gonna have a great time.
What if I sprinkle
yeah.
cocaine on this?
On the chicken, you're gonna be hyped, dude.
Yo, you're fine if you just microdose MSG all day.
Yeah. Microdose it,
Microdose
yeah.
MSG.
Or if you vape it. If you're vaping MSG, you're fine.
Oh.
That's the thing. If I lived in this world, the Star Trek world, I would just be like, put MSG on everything. Replicator.
Yeah.
MSG. Like,
Yeah, fuck it.
whatever MSG says it's safe, boost it up by 50%. Engage. And then I go, engage.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, Sarah and I have been
Make it
noticing
so.
that Picard or Patrick Stewart has reached a point where he's realized this is like his catchphrase. So whenever he says engage or make it so, he always does the hand gesture.
Oh, yes.
points.
You think?
Yeah,
he says
except this episode he didn't do it in one of the
Yeah, he
instances.
didn't. Well, it would have been weird because the person's right next to his face.
You think when he's having sex, he's like make it so, and then when he's about to climax, he's like engage
With the hand gesture.
Yeah, with the hand.
She's like, she's like, honey, would you like a BJ tonight? And he's like, make it so.
Make it so. Yeah.
No, he would say that. That he actually
he would say Riker, make it so. He's like, oh no, sorry.
Oh no.
Force a habit.
So Keiko is a goddamn fucking vegetarian or some bullshit, and he and
seaweed and plankton.
And,
she's also like shocked that Miles O'Brien's mom handled like raw meat. And
Actual meat, man.
She's like chickens and cows.
Yeah.
Anyway, they have a little meetup with they have a dust up with the Cardassians, and then they squash it. They squash the beef, and then the Cardassians beam on board, and of course there are 10 of them, and not all of them are Kardashian. And they come with all their shit, dude, all their baggage, dude, emotional and physical. And he's like, you guys are starting shit, and they're like, no, you're starting shit. And so it turns out they're looking for this guy. It's straight out of fucking Apocalypse Now. They're looking for this other captain Marco Rubio, or what's his name? Gal Gadot. So looking for Captain Gal Gadot, or is he Gal Gadot? What's his name?
Maxwell.
I was way off. Gal Gadot is
I thought one of the Kardashians was Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot is one of the Kardashians.
Yeah, sorry, I apologize to the audience. So they're looking for Captain and Maxwell, the coffee guy, the coffee.
Yeah, exactly.
And this guy's gone fucking crazy. He's just fucking
coffee guy. Sorry, I just got.
Sierra.
Why am I so late to that one? Sorry. Delayed reaction.
So they're looking for Maxwell, and he's hopped up on fucking coffee, and he's the power's gone to his head. He's killing Kardashians left and right. He's like, they don't deserve to be in this world. There's too many of them. And he basically he's kind of got a little PTSD where he like his family was killed in a war. And
initially they since they haven't met him, they're supposing because they talked to Miles. Yeah. And Miles is like, well, yeah, some shit happened. Because Miles, the detail we forgot is Miles served on Maxwell's ship before he moved to the Enterprise.
Okay, apparently like, Miles had like a whole career before just being a transporter guy.
This didn't make any sense to me. So why would someone who didn't
like a tactical officer?
Yeah, so he didn't enlist in Starfleet. In fact, he joined Starfleet basically as like basically as like an engineer.
I think he was trying to get out of prison.
But then how do you go from that to becoming a tactical officer to then becoming a transport engineer? It's a weird
kind of hear me out, please. I have a theory.
Okay.
He's the Steven Seagal character in Under Siege. Like he's so have you not seen Under Siege?
I don't remember Under Siege.
Oh my God, dude. This guy. So
I don't like Steven Seagal.
Dude, you don't like good cinema, is what you've proven, dude.
You can't. It's Steven Seagal. You can't defend them.
It's Tommy Lee Jones, bro. Tommy Lee Jones versus Steven Seagal. It's amazing. So Steven Seagal is so highly ranked. He's so decorated. Yeah. Like he's just like the best of the best. He can make bombs out of microwaves parts and shit, dude. Like he puts something in the microwave, like all these ingredients, and he makes a bomb out of it, dude. That's how badass he is, dude. Okay. Well, he's so like badass, and he's got all these awards that the only place they could put him to write out his last like tour is as a cook.
I remember this plot point. Actually,
I think Miles O'Brien is just a badass, and he's like just writing out his last few years, his last few tours. Before
all he has to do is press up on the transport.
Yep, and he's console. Like, just put me in the most menial job, and they're like, what about a cook like Steven Seagal? And they're like, no, we can't. There's replicators, no cooks.
Nobody cooks.
Yeah, so we'll put you in the transporter room, and they're like, who was the last transporter? He's like, his name was. You don't want to know his name. He's bald, and he would just roundhouse kick everybody. He had oil drums all over the transporter.
And you just convinced me that there should have been a spin-off series called Star Trek Knights, starring Miles O'Brien solving mysteries on his own time.
Hell my God, dude. Yes. 100%, dude.
It's only during the
I'd
night
watch
shift
it.
of the Enterprise.
Yeah, and they
It
only
doesn't
air it
look
after.
any different.
No,
They
no,
only
the
air
lights
it
are
after
dimmed.
10
The
p.m.
lights are
Yeah.
dimmed slightly.
Only on the bridge.
All the episodes are at night. That's what it's called, Enterprise Nights.
Man. I
so
remember,
anyway.
I remember as a kid, I was like, man, I think Baywatch Nights is going to be good. I'm going to watch the episodes. And then and I was like, oh my God, they're on like the worst looking sets I've ever seen.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like
I remember looking at that and being like, that's not going to be any good.
I was like,
What are they doing?
I was like, I like mystery solving things. Maybe this will be fun. And then,
So okay. So then Miles O'Brien says, yeah, I used to serve under him. I was like a badass guy over there. I was like
Right,
big shit
right.
up there. And it turns out that some fucking Kardashians, I don't want to say who, killed his family. And and they're like,
Maxwell's
well, how did he take
family.
it? Yeah,
not Miles's family.
Yeah, they drowned him in coffee. And they're like, "Ooh, fuck! How did he take it?" And he's like, "Well, he never drank coffee ever again." But he kind of just like went about his
They said
career.
he was smiling.
Yeah.
He was fine. Like Miles is like he
Even though it's
actually
such-
whistling a
was
tune.
fine,
Yeah,
It was
Yeah.
a black day for the House of Maxwell.
which is very odd.
Yeah,
Which is
Yeah.
like, that should
They
be
serve
an
the coffee
immediate
black
red
that
flag. Everyone should be like, okay, that's not good. That he
Yeah.
just thinks this is fine.
I would, that would
Yeah.
be a huge red flag.
He's,
to me
it's fine.
that
It's fine. Nothing's wrong.
something's
Nothing is
wrong.
fucked. No one's going to jail, Karen. And then these Kardashians are like, nah, fuck that. He's out for revenge. This fuck. And they're like, no, calm down, guys. Like, it's just chill. And then so like this other character from the Federation, he's like the classic like black lieutenant who's like, God
Mhm.
damn it, Murtaugh, this is your fucking last chance, dude.
Yes.
Like that guy. And he's like, Picard, you got to get this shit in order, dude. You got to find this guy, and we don't want to start a fucking war, man. You piece
He's
of
the
shit.
angry police captain.
Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, he should have said something about
he's
his heartburn.
Yeah, he's like, God damn it. And he's like, I'm on my
You're
I'm on my
giving me
third
so much
divorce here.
heartburn. I'm eating
Yeah.
Tums every day. It's a
Yeah.
Tums festival. in
Yeah.
my stomach.
Yeah. I got the feds up my ass.
Yeah. And the
And it
Kardashians,
hurts.
by the way, the Kardashians are wearing like reject RoboCop suits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just not well done. It's fine. It's fine. No
No.
one's gonna notice. Just color them shit brown.
They're like
Yeah, I'm imagining-
pleather costumes.
It looks
Well,
like
they're Maxwell color, Maxwell coffee color.
Maxwell coffee color.
But for what it's worth, though, I do appreciate like how unique the Cardassians look in general.
yes,
Like their
yes.
prosthetics and stuff,
Yeah.
like they're pretty distinct, and
A
I
lot of
like
foreskin
the
on
way
their,
they
on their
look.
face.
It's why they stood out, I think, and I think
Yeah.
why like people were like, "Oh, Cardassians, they're kind of cool. They're
Yeah,
kind of
keeping
like
up with the
interesting."
Cardassians.
Yeah, some
Yeah.
props goes to Mark Alamo, the guy who played Gal Gadot, who
Yeah.
like has this very prominent neck, and they
Yes,
used
he
it.
stands out really
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah,
The neck-
they used
The
it
neck
well.
guy.
Mhm,
And this actor is also he has already appeared in 2 episodes prior.
Oh,
He was one of the weird Asian-looking Wookiees in The Lonely Among Us that was just like having a race war as a B plot on the ship,
Yeah.
like him versus the lizards.
Oh,
And
Yeah.
he was also the very first Romulan shown on screen. He was T-Bok.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
He made that
So-
song. He wrote that song, Body Count. Fucking T-Buck.
Yes,
Dang, got it.
exactly.
This fucking the Kardashians, they're there and they're trying to start up some shit, and Picard's like trying to keep the peace, and he's like, "Look, you hang out with me, bro. Gal Gadot, hang out with me, and whenever I hear anything, you'll get the information firsthand, and you're not gonna get
Yeah.
it
everything
We're all right
filtered.
here.
We're good, baby."
wide open.
And then I noticed this ensign now. He's of age, dude. I mean, he's a white male. He couldn't give a female a chance, but it's fine. It's fine. I'll accept it. as long
why?
as it's
Why
not-
is
it's not
why would the
nepotism.
pilot be an ensign every time?
Yeah,
Why-
it is
why-
kind
why
of
is
weird
not
how
important?
it's always
I
left
don't-
to an ensign.
I don't understand, dude. Why would they let basically a student driver?
Why
Yeah.
wouldn't it be like a head? You know how like there's like a pilot, like a head pilot, and then like the pilot's like a second pilot. What is it
Maybe
called?
the ship's
You
on
can't say that, dude.
autopilot, and
very
it's really
sexual.
not that important.
Maybe,
I mean-
maybe the controllers don't work. Maybe it's Worf
Yeah.
driving the ship.
Maybe it's like a dummy, like a fake A
So, like, if your
driver's
brother's
side.
second controller and it's not plugged in.
You have two
It's not
steering
plugged in.
wheels.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
To be fair, it seems like the vast majority of piloting is you plug in coordinates and then it moves there.
It's like
So-
you're handling
true.
a calculator, basically.
Yeah,
Calculus.
the one
so
time.
maybe it is
so
like a minimum wage job they can just, give it
You're-
to.
yeah,
Or like
you
a
just-
student.
I mean, they're not. It's not minimum wage. It's he's an intern basically.
It's like credit. They get credits.
They get store credit for it.
Wait, I was about to say, even like we saw a manual steering column once, but that actually never happened yet. So
No.
it's even when Picard randomly made Riker dock the Enterprise manually, he just told Miles to do it, and Miles was just poking numbers in. So
Yeah,
That's true. Yeah, it was just like, hey, adjust it this way and then that way.
He's a numbers pusher. And then one of the Kardashians is like, hey, Miles O'Brien, like, let's hang out, and I would like to hear about the secrets of the ship. And he's like, fuck you, dude. He's like, if the captain tells me to spill my guts, I'll spill my guts, but I'm not gonna tell you shit, you fuck.
I'm not telling a
And-
fucking
yeah.
Kardashian
you.
anything.
Yeah, and then he's like, well, how about you go to 10 Forward and have a drink? And he's like, fuck you. I'm not going to spend my free time with you guys. I'm going to go make potatoes for my lady friend. And he goes and makes the weird potatoes for her, and she does not like it.
It's just
She's
potato salad. It doesn't look like
But
a
it has-
casserole.
She
It
hates
has
mayonnaise, dude.
capers
She
in it.
hates mayonnaise.
Why is there
and
capers
Well,
in a
he's Irish.
potato casserole?
Well, is-
I mean,
Are
I
there-
feel
are
like
there-
everybody has their favorite type of potato salad and a type of potato salad that they can't stand.
Well, he called it a potato casserole. Is that a thing?
I mean, in the
that looks
future
like a
it is.
potato
There
salad.
can
to
be
me.
potato casseroles.
But that's not a potato casserole. First of all, it's not in a casserole dish. I think a casserole needs to be in a casserole dish.
Yeah.
So then so basically he's like, no, I'm not gonna have a drink with you, you fuck. And he leaves him, makes a casserole for his wife. The wife hates it. She's like, what are these things? And he's like, it's capers, fool, calm down. And she's like,
Sounds
she's
so
like,
disgusting.
this is not good. There's no salad in this. And then
There's no plankton.
And then they get this beep boop from the ship, and it's like, hey, we found the other captain, the other ship, and they're on hot pursuit.
Well,
They're pursuing this cargo bay, right?
In that conversation he has with Keiko, Miles, it's really weird because this is right after he basically told the Cardassians, I hate you, you're Cardassians.
Yeah.
And then when he has the conversation with Keiko, he's like, why do people hate the Cardassians? It's odd,
Yeah,
And then-
that is really weird.
He does do that. But I just thought I thought the scenes were out of order.
I thought maybe he's like trying to like test or like play a character in front of her where she's
he's like, I'm not racist, dude.
Yeah.
But then in front of her, he's like,
something like that. Something
I
like that.
swear
Or,
I'm not
or
racist.
he's like
Kardashians.
testing what she thinks about the Cardassians by
I hate
pretending
everybody
he's
in
neutral.
Glendale. Yeah.
So it's kind of weird the way he was interacting with her and talking about
Yeah.
that.
Well, there is a moment in that conversation where she kind of pointedly asks him, like, how do you feel about him? And he kind of like takes a moment and is like, I'm cool, man. There's nothing wrong
he's
with
like,
it.
I mean,
fine.
is that
He's like, I
someone
like
that's
potatoes.
like, like, I'm cool. I'm not racist.
And then she even gives him a skeptical look afterward. They cut to her to like be like,
I'm not racist at all. Like I like them. It's totally fine.
I think it is like him like attempting to appear nonpartisan in front of someone.
But we know how he really is
Or
because we
non-biased
just
or
saw
unprejudiced.
we saw a scene where he like chewed out that guy.
He did it pretty pointedly, yeah.
And he basically is not a fan of theirs.
So this ship is after this like cargo ship, and they're like hailing them like, hey, hail these fuckers, tell them that they need to stand down. And they're seeing them like almost like a video game, and they're chasing them. And then the Kardashians are like, give us the coordinates of your ship, and then we'll get our ship that's closer to stop them. And Picard's like, these guys are gonna fucking just shoot him down, dude, like a fucking idiot. And finally, like, he's like, the chase is getting crazy enough that he's like, all right, he tells Worf, hey, give him the codes. And Worf's like, God damn it, Captain, they're gonna have our goddamn fuck. And he protests, and he's like, just give it to them, dude. And so they give him the coordinates of the ship, and this other ship rolls up, and it poses no threat to this other ship. And they get blown out of the fucking sky.
Yeah.
Boom.
Even
They get blown up, and then they keep following it, and then they blow the Phoenix, or whatever the ship's called, blows up the other fucking ship. So a total of like over 650 people died.
About
Yes.
650, yeah.
But yeah, it's weird because they think the warship could have handled. What makes a Phoenix so strong? It was weird that it seemed like the battle just ended instantly, as if the Phoenix was strangely strong or something. It was really odd.
They never went into that.
interesting.
Like they never said like, oh, that's the stuff. That's the fast. It does a castle run in 12 parsecs.
Well,
They never
I
said
guess it
anything
does-
like that.
Well, on the other hand, it does seem like it's kind of a recurring theme throughout the episode that the Federation seems to outclass the Cardassians' technology, like anytime they compare it. Because it's like when they first encounter the Cardassians in their space and they're being confrontational, it's like, well, a confrontation would not work out well for you guys. And they were like, oh, okay, fine. And then later on, it's like, hey, your transporters are way better than ours. Can you tell me about them? And then they also have one of the aides going off on his own, trying to find out more about their weapon systems on his own. And well, maybe on his own, who knows? And just generally speaking, they seem to be inferior in terms of technology, but too proud to stand down.
Yet they're very dangerous.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know. I'm not quite sure what they were. It was a bit confusing in terms of they're very dangerous, but they're also killed very easily. So
yeah, it is kind of odd.
Yeah, it's
true.
it's a bit of a contradiction in the way, at least in this episode so far, that they were presented. But yeah,
yes.
And then Picard has a one-on-one. So this other captain, the Phoenix, blows up these two ships, and then Picard talks to Miles O'Brien. He's like, "Hey, what's up with this fucking dude? This captain? What's his deal?" And he's like, "Look, both of you guys are great captains. If he shot those people down, it's for a reason. Like, it's not. He's a stand-up dude." And so he's like, all right. And he's like, I think those Kardashians were up to something, selling more sex tapes or some bullshit like that. We don't know what's going on. So Miles O'Brien, he rolls up to Sarek or Gal Gadot. I don't know who these guys are.
Sarek.
and he's like, hey, bro, I know you guys look like bird people. All the Kardashians do. But you know what? I you're cool. He tries to make an effort to be like, hey, I stopped drinking.
I would say a keyword is that it's an effort, because it's not like he's really come around. It's like, well, I don't hate you.
Yeah,
but I hate what you made me become.
That's a great thing. Yes,
which is a weird angle to go.
It feels like he's deflecting, and he's
a little bit
not being, because there's certain things about Miles I know from later in the series, and especially in another series, where it makes it feel like he's being disingenuous here.
Okay.
Well, I'll say this much: the pejorative term for Cardassians is Cardies. And Miles loves that word.
Cardies?
Cardies. Like
he likes
Cardi B?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, that did not even cross your mind once this whole time?
No,
this is new for your brain?
Are you serious?
I didn't. Why? I have Star Trek in my brain.
Dude,
Cardi B is not on your brain.
Dude,
all
Cardi
the
B,
time?
just Megan Thee
We're just
Stallions?
dropping pop culture references
Megan
all day long in this
Megan Thee
podcast. We literally we refuse to call them Cardassians.
Yeah,
we can only call them Kardashians.
Yeah,
I want to call them Kardashians.
Kardashians. We got the Cardi B's.
Cardi B.
I don't want to call them Kardashians.
We're not called. That's what they're called. They call them.
Yeah,
from now on,
Kardashians.
okay, fine. We'll just use the pejorative term from now on. They're now
we'll call
Cardi
them
B's.
Cardis.
Cardies. That seems like a slur of some kind.
It is.
Well, exactly.
In the world of Star Trek, it is a slur.
Yeah.
Oh my god! I don't think we should say that out loud. Then.
You fucking Cardis, and it's like, do you bite your thumb? I bite my thumb, sir, but not at you.
It's a fictional slur.
Fucking Cardi.
Yeah, dude.
And your filthy Cardi mom.
And later
Such
on
a
in the
Cardi.
series, Miles does not mind using that term. So
That's terrible.
yeah,
Well, he says Cardi, then he spits on the floor, which just makes it worse. He's like, goddamn.
he throws his whiskey tumbler on the floor and goes.
Yeah, he's like, fuck them. They're like, who's gonna clean that? It's glass, dude. Someone
the
step on it.
Cardis.
The Cardis will fucking.
A sonic shower will do it.
Yeah.
He starts
I don't know
dancing
about Miles.
furiously.
I'm not sure how I feel about him.
So he's fine. He's fine. Don't worry, dude.
The funny thing is, Cardi is a well accepted term for just cardigans. So
I've never heard that. I never heard that term.
I've never called a
cardigans.
cardigan a
I mean,
Cardi.
I've heard Nate talk about them as Cardis.
Well,
Yeah.
just
one person is not a particularly
Also, if you
great
Google
sample
it,
set.
because I didn't want to just say Cardi's.
No, I only know
wantonly.
Cardi
So
B.
if you Google Cardi, it's gonna be Cardi B.
Yeah, that's all I'm getting.
Yeah, I just
knowledge.
tried, and that's all I
Yeah.
got.
No, try googling Cardi's
try
like
googling 2 girls, 1
CARD.
cup. See what comes up. Let's just gamble.
Now without
Yeah, just take
ExpressVPN on. No,
Yeah.
no.
When I try to search Cardi's, I just get furniture stores.
Well, the dictionary entry is Cardi with an E.
Type in
So
Tiffany's Tiffany Company.
CARDIE. That's a thing. So
Type in
Oxford Dictionary.
bagulrules.com. See what comes up.
yes,
Go
go to
the
Bagul.
Oxford Dictionary.
Yeah.
Bagulrules.com. Again, that offer code is bagulrules.
Actually, that website expired.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a
dude.
shame.
Yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, I mean, I'll start another religion, dude.
The altar of Bagul has passed.
Yeah. Well, I start different religions at different places.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Like the real God.
One of the that's true, dude. From your ears to Bagul's, from your mouth to Bagul's ears. Cardi B, Gal Gadot, they bring him another dude, probably like Kylie Jenner or one of the Kardashians, and they're like, "Hey, this Kardashian was fucking looking at her computer, fucking spying on shit. Like, fuck this guy." And then Gal Gadot's like, "Fuck you, dude. What were you doing?" He's like, "Nothing. I was just checking out the peripherals, man. Calm down." And he's like, "No." And he does the cool thing where he's like, sequester him to his quarters and don't give him any food.
I'm gonna send you to you. It felt like a baby.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah.
"Go to your room.
You're
you
grounded,
can't
you
come
fuck."
out. You're grounded."
Yeah, to
Yeah.
be fair, it's not that big a punishment. And
Well, the thing is, what is a brick too? Either
That sounds
like,
awesome.
the brick's probably better because it's really comfortable and like it's probably fine. They're not in some sort of like Colombian prison, dude. They cart him out and he's like, "Don't worry, Picard. We're gonna torture him when we get back home."
You're
get
gonna
his
hurt him
due.
so much.
Yeah. And then
Or
so
like,
he's
well,
like,
cool, but all right.
he's like, "The Picard, let's go talk in private." And Picard's like, "All right, crazy guy." And he's like, "Hey, dude, like seriously, dude, don't worry, I'm gonna fucking beat the shit out of him when we get home." And he's like, "Dude, no, that's fine. Like,
It's cool.
matter's
It's all
closed,
good.
dude. Yeah, nothing." And he's like, and then they find the fucking Phoenix, and they're like, "Hey, we're 22 minutes away from the Phoenix," and they're like, "Let's go get this guy." And so the Phoenix, they roll up to the Phoenix now, and the captain beams up on board, and he's met by Miles O'Brien, and immediately they're like, "You're the best in the business here, yeah, dude." They're just broing out and having fun. And
he was the best tactical officer I ever had. Why did you demote him to a transport chief?
Because I'm telling you, because he was so good, dude. This is the Steven Seagal syndrome, dude. So they're talking, they're just bullshitting, and finally, he gets taken to Picard, and he's like, "These Kardashians can't be trusted, dude. They're out here selling sex tapes, making up scandals."
They're selling these gummies that they think will make you skinny. It's
Yeah.
all a lie. These are all fucking
Yeah.
lies.
They keep saying like, "Get your ass up and work," and they have like a bunch of money, and they're just out here fucking telling lies, dude. Like they're liars, a bunch of fucking liars, dude, just making up shit. And he's like, "Well, where's your proof? Why did you attack this ship that had 600 people and this other ship?" And he's like, "You killed a bunch of people, dude." And he's like, "These guys, you should have seen them, dude. They had guns. There was weapons of mass destruction. Real fucking Bush era type shit, dude." And he's like, "Well,
we
where's
just
the
talked
proof?
about the Iraq War.
Yeah, man.
He's like, "Where's the proof?" He's like, "Dude, you wouldn't even believe the proof that we had, dude. You wouldn't believe it, dude." And he's like, "But where is it?" He's like, "Dude, I can't even. You know what? I can't even show it to you right now because you would faint." And he's like, "Yeah, but where is it?"
It's too
He's
proofy.
like,
I can't even show it to you
proofy,
right now.
dude. It's like Jack Daniels, dude. 101 proof. God damn it, dude. And he basically just like, he's like, "Come back with me, dude. You'll see that these guys they just want to start a war. They're ghouls, these Kardashians. Half of them aren't even called Kardashians. How you wouldn't even understand, dude.
They are literally ghouls."
Yeah. And so he's like, "You know what? Fuck you, dude. We're gonna take you back to command, and we're gonna relieve you of your rank." He's like, "We do it the easy way or the really easy way. The easy way is I'll lock you up and we fucking go to town on you, play Metallica, really fuck with your fucking psyche, or you go back to your ship. You go back to your ship, and you just tag along, and we'll
as a formality, I'll give you command of your ship for the duration as we tow.
One last
dignity.
ride, dude. Yeah. Really roll up those sleeves and fucking let that hog ride, dude. And he's like, all right, dude, let's fucking do that. And so he goes back, and why would you do that? Why wouldn't you send somebody? When he called Worf over, he's like, Worf. And then the Worf shows up and he's like, I'm ready to get rid of this fuck. I thought he was gonna go, Worf, you're gonna go with him to the ship. You hold a gun underneath your fucking satchel, dude. This guy gets out of order, boom, one in the fucking chest, two in the head, dude. But no, dude, he just take him to the transporter.
Put a bomb collar on him. It's like the moment your ship goes off course.
Yeah. We're gonna treat him like a chess player, dude. Put something up his butt and see what happens.
Put an explosive cartridge up his anus.
Yeah. Put a pawn up his butt. Yeah. It'll buzz and it'll explode.
Wait, what was the? Actually, what was the whole chest thing with the butt thing?
Oh,
he had anal.
Someone explain
so
that?
he's so
like,
basically,
how is he cheating? I saw the headlines do like a butt thing, but like
from what I understand, I think it was the same guy. Actually,
I didn't understand how you can cheat in chess through your butt.
So someone was caught cheating.
I was like, I don't have enough time to look into this, but I will look into it.
Okay, so basically, what it is that we're at the point where computers are far, far, far better at chess than humans. Like,
he put AI in his butthole.
Like thousands of times better. So chess So the idea of cheating in chess competition.
I'm following so far.
So the idea of cheating in chess competition is to secretly use a computer to do your moves for you. So someone was caught before by putting like little vibrations in their shoes, so that whenever, because they check them for phones and all that on their stuff.
Right.
This guy got through by putting it in his shoes, and the shoe vibrations basically gave him the annotations he needed to move the pieces correctly. Now,
but like, how long would that? Like, how is a couple questions?
He's not done, dude. He's not done. He's got to the shoe place.
But like, how is the computer making that call?
Someone in the audience is inputting them, because everyone's always inputting the moves in the audience to like for their magazines or like annotation recordings or whatever. So someone is basically looks like they're innocently just recording the match in the audience, but they're actually also typing it into a computer that's giving him the next move. They send it remotely to his shoe, which has a vibrator in it, and that creates
and tells him the code. Okay.
Yes. But this guy didn't have a shoe.
This guy, but they got caught, buzzard. So now they check shoes, just like airports. Yeah. So the way he got around it, allegedly not caught.
No, not allegedly.
But this is what he was. But the other guy, Magnuson, I think his name was, accused him of doing was putting a vibrator in his ass.
Yep.
Getting the messages that way.
He put up like a butt plug vibrator.
Yeah. That's not even that wrong.
That wasn't even for the moves. That was just for, to get a competitive edge.
It's just for fun.
Just to help him focus a little bit.
He just needs a little motivation to keep going.
How did they discover all this? Like, were like, why is your butt vibrating?
So they actually haven't discovered anything. What happened is Magnuson did one move, thought he was cheating, stood up immediately and left. And everyone was like, what the hell happened? And later he was like, I think he was cheating. The way he was cheating, I think, was probably a vibrator somewhere on him, probably up his butt, because we already checked his shoes. Yeah. So this is like the current scandal going on. And
so it's an assumption that it's up his butt.
Because where else could it be at this point?
They could have been a cock ring, dude. Yeah.
And
the other thing that requires you to accept the premise that he was cheating. So is that an accepted premise?
Yeah.
He accused him of cheating, so he believes he cheated. The other thing that's
the only way for the accusation to hold true is if it was up his butt.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have to take a look.
That's gonna be Trump's next thing. Oh, he was cheating.
I can't wait for the Netflix documentary about this.
The other part of the story that the news cycle has been kind of missing, though, is also that Magnuson in general is kind of sick of chess. So like it's possible that he's kind of doing this also to kind of just like make things interesting for himself because
he's a WWE of chess.
Oh my god.
because he's admitted out loud many times, like he literally didn't attend like the World Chess Championships because he was like, I'm bored, I don't want to do this anymore, because he's so good at it. So he's like, I just don't care. But people are speculating that he may like have just made a fit because he's like, it's not worth doing this, I'm tired of this. And it's a lot of accusations. There's no one. I don't think it was. I think I read online that the guy who allegedly has it in his butt is also the guy who got caught in the shoes. But that doesn't make sense to me.
That makes sense.
We
Why would they let him back?
We could clear this up real fast. Just check his butt.
Yeah,
but he probably wouldn't have consented. He probably been like,
spread his
"Get out
butt
my
cheeks
asshole."
like Mike Hunter.
Spread them. Bend on over and spread them.
Here's the thing, dude. This is how you make every sport more interesting. I've said this about soccer. I've said this about chess. Anything, dude. This is what you do. You keep the sport the same, but you add one variable, which is a fucking monkey with the fucking gun, dude. Right?
I thought you were going to say drugs.
Wait.
Drugs.
This monkey has a revolver. He has a revolver, and he's got 2 bullets.
This is what you always say. According to you.
I do.
This is actually the first I've heard this from Ricardo. But
I've said it about soccer. I've said it about soccer.
Ricardo just made the claim. This is what he always says. Sports should have a monkey with the gun.
So check this out. Imagine there's a monkey, and then you're playing chess, and you're like, I gotta get out of this room. This fucking monkey, dude, and he's like, and then like you're like, fuck, dude, he's got 2 bullets in there, dude, and then he's like, click, and it clicks, and you're like, oh fuck, that one wasn't the bullet one, oh fuck, and then you make your next move. You can't think about the fucking butt plug in your butthole because you're worried about the monkey, dude.
You can't think about chess.
So is the monkey like trained to like use a revolver, or does he have to figure it out on the spot?
No, he's got to figure it out. So sometimes he shoots the air. Sometimes he shoots himself, dude.
Oh damn!
Yeah, dude. So it's a real
okay. And is the gun like attached to his hand forcibly, like a Guns Akimbo?
Dude, like Edward, like Edward Scissorhand type of Edward 40 hands.
Okay.
Or
imagine
Harry Potter when he had the guns stitched.
Guns Akimbo.
That too. So here's the thing: is that even if he just shoots himself and he's wounded, there's a dead monkey in the room, and you're like, fuck, dude, like that was really graphic, dude. Like that was the most graphic thing I've ever seen, dude. This monkey just shot
do I
himself,
stop the
dude.
match and help it, or
and they're like, nope, Magnus will fucking win.
You're on the clock. You're still you have to make your move, or you're gonna run out of the timer.
Yeah, you want to forfeit the match for the life of this monkey?
Yeah, but also imagine like soccer games, how more interesting they'd be. Like not only they're running across,
it's a big field. You need a field. You need like 20 monkeys running around.
For that one, we let out a lion. Just let him out and see what happens.
This is now just like the Colosseum Roman gladiator stuff.
I don't put any. I don't make the rules. I just have the ideas.
You kind of just did.
I'm just saying I have some ideas, and the World Chess Championship should fucking reach out to me.
I think it's pretty good.
I'd watch it.
Yeah, if anybody has any contacts, I have an idea to sell.
Imagine how interesting like UFC fights would be when you have a monkey with a gun in the ring.
Well, for that one, we give a monkey baton. That way we don't, like, come on, dude.
No, the monkey will know how to use. He will beat the crap out of them.
Well, then they should protect themselves, and then not only do they have to fight each other, but they have to fight against the monkey as well, dude.
That's what I mean.
Yeah,
this is a triple threat match now.
But the monkey could be let in at any moment, so it could be the first round, it could be the third round.
It's like an elimination chamber triple threat.
You don't know when the monkey comes out. When the monkey's ready, he just fucking comes. He does a thing like where he's like, you hear, and they're like, oh fuck, is he out? And he's like, no, he's in the arena now, dude.
Yeah, he's somewhere.
Yeah, he's somewhere. And then they're like, oh my god. And then like they play like he's got a cue, like a fucking song, like Master of Puppets or something. Yeah. And then he comes charging in like fucking Koba, dude, and jumps over the fucking fence, the UFC fence. And he just
should be American Badass.
American Badass.
Rolling. It should be rolling.
Yeah. Rolling.
Second podcast in a row.
Put your hands up. And the monkey starts putting his hands up, and then there you go. So
I apologize to half the audience. Half the audience was like, "I'm into this idea."
I'm sorry. I needed
And
to
the other
figure
half is
out.
wrong.
I needed to figure out how the butt thing went with the chest and
Yeah, you
I mean,
derailed
yes.
us, dude. You took us down this monkey path, Sarah.
this monkey butt plug path.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
Um,
pretty smart with the
Yeah.
butt thing and the monkey.
Yeah,
You gotta
it's
respect
devious. It's devious chessing.
yeah. And so
That's playing 4D chess.
they send old Tim Van Patten. They send him on the other ship, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna follow you. Don't deviate. Let's go." And then as soon as they let him go, he's like, "All right, I'm going straight." And then he books it for this other ship.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You gotta trust me, dude. We gotta go in the ship." He's like, "Picard, beam up to my ship. Let's go inspect this thing. It's full of weapons, dude. It's full of WMDs, dude. Weapons of mass destruction." By the way,
Mhm.
the Phoenix or the Arizona, whatever the ship is
the
called,
Phoenix.
it looks amazing. I like the look of that ship. They
Yeah, it's a
twisted
cool
the parts.
Yeah. It's a what is it? What galaxy? Is that a Nebula class ship? Is that what they said? It's a cool design.
It's a Nebula
Well, like,
class.
basically,
I also
if you
like
look
the way
at
the
it-
captain's ready room is in that ship. It's nice
Yeah.
and blue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
If you-
completely different style. Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
look, they just flip pieces around. It's just like
Oh yeah, the nacelles
The
are on the
model
bottom
pieces are
now.
just-
Just
yeah,
the top. Yeah.
but it looks badass. So they deviate and they're like, "Hey, you either come over here and we go inspect the ship, or I'm gonna blow it up. You pick, dude. I got a monkey with a gun here, and he it's not gonna last, dude." And they're like, "Fuck, dude." And Picard's and then old fucking Gal Gadot's like, "What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Where's that monkey gonna go?" and
the
Patrick
monkey's
Stewart,
not in the plot.
yeah. And then Jean-Luc Picard's like, "Fuck it, dude." He's like, "We're gonna shoot that fucking ship down, dude. The Phoenix, Arizona. We're gonna shoot it down. There's nothing good that comes out of Phoenix, dude." And they're like, "Really, dude?"
It's too hot
he's
here.
Like, he's
Gotta
like,
blow it
name
up."
one. He's like, name one good food item that comes out of there. And they're like, "We can't do it, dude. We should blow it up."
Put mango in their salsa.
I put mango in my
I love mango in my
guacamole.
in my my guacamole. Yeah.
I do.
Oh, mango's good in salsa too. I like
Yeah.
it.
It's
What are you
okay.
talking about, Dan?
It's okay. It's not the
aight.
best.
It's aight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Get the fuck out of here,
It's
Dan.
aight.
It's okay. It's okay.
Leave now,
Um,
Dan. Leave.
yeah, it's true. I don't do it every
Ricardo's
time.
on my
but
side here.
Yeah.
I like it in there. Yeah. To be
so
fair,
then-
we should defer to Ricardo about what should be in a
it's not.
Why is that? Actually, why is that,
it's-
Marvin? Why should we refer to Ricardo?
Because he's Mexican.
Dude, yeah. If we have a kimchi question, then we talk
Yeah.
we talk to Marvin about it. Dude.
No, I would.
Yeah, and if we had a Japanese guy on this podcast, we'd ask him
Yeah.
about plankton and kelp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We wouldn't ask Keiko about all of those questions because we don't know.
Should you put mango in your
Keiko.
guacamole?
What should
Yeah.
we do?
So anyway, so they're like, and then they're like, "We're gonna blow this fucker up," and then Miles O'Brien shows up and he's like, "Hey, let me talk to this guy, dude." And it's the old apocalypse now. Let me go
It's a
down
little
the river.
hole in the back of the ship. I can
Yeah,
transport
and
them.
basically, he's like,
Yeah.
have you ever played chess?" He's like, "Well, every 5 minutes, there's a buzzer that goes off. The little plug." He's like,
I
if you
can
go
make
in
it through.
while it buzzes,
I can make
fit
it through this
the
tight butthole
Yeah.
once it unclenches every 50 seconds.
yeah.
Every 0.5
Yeah.
2 seconds, and I can make it through.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's crazy. He says it's a window of a 50th of a second. It's
Yeah.
like nearly a frame perfect speedrun tactic
Yeah.
Well, he also
that he can nail like
the
nothing.
computers are a task essentially. They could
Here's
just
the thing.
program it. to
Here's
do
the
it.
thing.
I guess.
Yeah.
Here's the thing
that's fine.
that he's not going, "Well, I just got married. Maybe I shouldn't risk my life like this, dude." he's like, "I hate this. This was a mistake. If I die, great, dude. I get
No,
away
he's
from
also
Keiko."
thinking, who is Keiko?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Who did I just marry?
Chinese or Japanese?
Yeah.
Are you Chinese or Japanese?
Do I want to eat fish food for the rest of my life?
Do I want to
I
eat
gave
kale
her
salads?
my potato casserole and she did not like it.
Yeah, she spit on it.
Is it
This
easier
isn't
for me
gonna
to
work
just
out.
die on a different ship?
Yeah. Die in a hail of gunfire.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Let me go over there and see what's up." And so
Mhm.
so the captain's like, "All right, let's send you over there." So he gets sent over there, and then this fucking Captain Tim, whatever his name, Tim Timmy Nolan.
Maxwell.
He's like, oh, Maxwell. He's like,
yeah,
hey,
Mr. Coffee.
Mr. Coffee Beans. He's like, how'd you get on board, dude? You fuck. And he's like, hey, it's me. It's Miles O'Brien, the potato guy. And he's like, oh, my old friend. And he's like, sing me that fucking Irish song. You fuck.
It's me. It's
And
potato.
he's like, all right.
The song you just sang to your wife. Can you sing it to me too?
This scene is so weird. The singing is so
You know what's
bizarre.
funny? On the Memory Alpha page for it, they have a picture of it, and they usually have blurbs to pictures. I just put it in our Discord chat. This is the caption that they gave the picture. 2 old war friends singing an old war song is enough to make anyone feel a little easier.
A little easier?
What?
What?
They're adding some weird commentary to their captions.
I don't. Yeah, that's a really this scene of them singing.
That
was
feels like an
bizarre to me.
arbitrary rationalization for this plot device.
It is. Yeah. For Stompy's song.
Oh yeah, old Stompy, which is probably also a slur of some kind.
Anything that's like heart, like fricative E sounds like a slur.
Yeah. And so they bring him back and they put him in jail, dude. They waterboard him.
That's not the same thing.
With coffee.
Oh god, that's scalding.
Yeah.
That's just burning his face.
Iced coffee. It's iced coffee, dude.
Okay. That's better. That's better.
And so someone else, the second in command, takes over, which they should have done from the beginning. Like, just been like, the second in command's going to do it. You're now,
or Miles should be driving it or something.
Yeah, something.
Or they just tow it, hook it up. You're following us.
Tow it, dude, like AAA. And so he has one last talk. Picard has one last talk with the Cardassians, with Chris Kardashian, and he's like, "Hey, so what's up? Did you really sell her sex tape? Because I know you did." And he's like, "Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
And she's like,
twist.
The fucking twist. And then she says, he says, yeah, you know, like, it's crazy that Miles O'Brien's still his friend, like, even though this guy's a war criminal, you know, it's fucked up. And then Picard's like, shut up, you fuck. I know you have guns over there, but I did this just to keep the peace, dude, because my lieutenant, he's got a lot of heartburn. And he'll really have a fit, and he'll break the windows of his office if I don't bring this thing under control. And he's like, but I know that I know that there's WMDs over there, but I'm not going to go take your fucking oil. I'm going to be cool. I'm going to be cool about it. And you're going to be cool, and I'm going to be cool. Everybody goes home. Because if I had gone over there to check the fucking ship, we would have been fucking we would have
been throwing hands right
on each
now.
other.
We would have had some words.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Some slurs. And the Kardashians like, oh, all right. And that's how it ends. They have a stare down.
It's interesting. Like, Picard it's
complicated.
He flexes his muscles very well in terms of how much of a diplomat he is throughout the whole thing. And he's still the diplomat at the end, but he's like the threatening diplomat. He's the, you know what I mean? Like he's he's the like speak softly, carry a big stick diplomat. So
yes.
Yeah. So it's an interesting.
Speak softly, carry a big dick. Is that what you said?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, big dick energy.
That's exactly what Teddy Roosevelt.
He's got that BDE. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Teddy Roosevelt had that BDE. Yes, for sure.
EDM.
Ratings. What should we rate?
I'm gonna give it an 8.
All right.
I'm feeling an 8 too.
Yeah,
I liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, 8.5 for me.
I'm gonna give it an 8 as well, but I want to say that the Kardashians, everything that happened to them in this episode, I side with them. Honestly, they have a lot of tolerance for bullshit, because I think this guy's killed 700 plus people?
650 Cardassians plus the science station.
And they did not like flip out. They were like, oh, okay, what's going on? Can we like really,
to be fair, yes.
650 people have like, they were way calmer than, I really give them credit for being like, okay,
yeah, to be fair,
I'm trying
if like
everything to not freak the fuck out on you right now and
If
start
like a
war.
rogue, like American Navy captain or something,
Oh
like
God, no.
blew up like a Chinese freighter or something, there's war.
Oh,
We're
absolutely.
done.
And in
Yeah.
fact, it feels like that's a reused Star Trek plot in general, where it's like one rogue operative, tries to start a war by, like attacking an innocent something.
Yeah.
In
But,
fact, that's also the plot of the Star Trek
yeah.
VCR board game.
But this
It's true.
episode tries to paint it as like, oh, Picard is like trying to get them to remain calm and not start war. I'm like, you know what? Actually, the people that have the patience are the Cardassians. They are the ones that are patient.
Well,
in
they have
this.
patience because
Yeah.
they have weapons of mass destruction. They have
That's true. They have a bigger plan.
Well, I
Yeah.
say that they're biding their time intentionally because they're not
Yeah.
at a strength that they are willing
Yes.
to start a war with yet.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's good to assume that. I guess I'm just talking in this moment. I mean, clearly this guy has other intentions that were revealed at the end of the episode, and he has a bigger plan, a bigger picture, and he's willing to sacrifice 650 people for that plan, whatever it may be.
But I think it's also like, if we're like, doing an analogy with nations, nations are allowed to bolster their own defense systems.
True.
For all we know, that could just be what they're. I mean, we don't know anything beyond this episode, so I'm just keeping it in the purview of the episode. But for all we know, all they're doing is just bolstering their military infrastructure for defensive purposes, possibly. Like we don't know
But they
exactly.
could be more transparent about it if they're in a treaty.
But they don't
we're
have
just
to.
doing
Though.
a few.
They're doing
we're just
their own
doing
thing.
a few nuclear missile tests. Not a big deal.
I mean, like it's their own.
We do them too. We do them too.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. It's like it'd be
Area 51,
hypocritical.
dude. What do you think happens in Area 51, dude? But
Yeah, I mean,
dude.
It's
So
hypocritical for the Federation to build up
yeah.
their own military and then be like, "Hey, why are you building up your military?" It's like, well, you're
Yes.
doing it
I mean,
too,
in the
so-
context of this
was a show made in
episode,
America.
They're very
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
In the
Yeah.
context of this episode, I want to give them credit. I think they're trying to keep the peace and they're tolerating all hundreds of people dying
Yes.
and they're
I-
not flipping out.
I think
So-
Gal Gadot is constantly keeping in mind, like, okay, if I start a war right now, we're just fucked, right? Like for now, we can't actually start a war and win right now. So I have to kind of just bite my tongue here and
That's
play
also
my-
definitely
play my
happening.
part.
Yeah.
Real talk, dude. Real talk. Only the head Kardashian has talent. The other Kardashians are talentless.
Which one's the head? You mean Kim?
Chris.
Oh, Kris Jenner.
oh,
She's not even a
oh.
Kardashian.
Well, she was. at
Wait,
one
are we
point.
talking about
Well,
Star
she
Trek or
was.
are we talking about metaphorical Star Trek? Or
Yeah, both.
I agree. Well, Kris Jenner is
she
yeah.
literally would sell her soul to the devil to make a dime, and she did.
She would
literally
sell
sold
her daughter's sex
daughter's
tape, which she
Yep,
did. So, I mean,
yeah, this was alluded to last episode, I believe.
yeah.
yeah. So, I mean, it's clearly Kris Jenner has a bigger plan in mind, and so do these Kardashians.
One Kardashian is as good as another.
Whatever.
The rest
I
of
can't
these
not
filthy
call them
Cardis.
Kardashians. I don't
It's
even know what
it's
they're
fucking
called.
Cardis.
So do these Cardis,
Fucking
Cardi
Cardis,
B's.
Yeah.
They also have a bigger plan in mind. And so,
Yeah.
I think it's fair, And also, I want to give props to Picard. He really flexes his leadership skills in this episode.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm a fucking boss.
Now,
He's like the
given
perfect
his role,
diplomat.
he plays
Yeah.
it pretty perfectly.
Yeah, he's the
Yeah.
perfect diplomat. He
He's a
makes
great
zero
leader.
mistakes, essentially.
Yeah. He's the guy we all want to be and hope that we would be in this situation. I want to say I would react like Picard, but honestly, in my heart, I would probably just like flip out and I would just be like not diplomatic at all. I would just be
Yeah.
running on emotions.
Just
But
fire phasers in all directions.
yeah, I'd be like, what? Fuck that. Fuck this shit. We're gonna fucking show them. Yeah, I would
I'll
probably throw
never
down.
not find firing phasers in all directions like funny. It's always funny to me.
It's like, why not?
We also did see a couple screw ups where Picard talked into his little comm thing without pressing it.
That's true. There's one shot where they're having a
Mhm.
conversation in his ready room, and then Worf goes, "Commander," and they always need to press their comm badge to talk. and Picard forgot, or Patrick Stewart forgot for that scene.
Well, when they get like hailed like that, like is it coming from their badge?
It's
Like
supposed to
be?
They still need to press their badge in order to start communicating back.
It's like a walkie-talkie, right?
So yeah, and it's also like consent to be like talk essentially. So,
yeah, but Picard did not press it. He forgot.
Yeah, it's fine. It's a little miss. It's okay. It's not the worst thing in the world. But it is funny.
It was on auto detect mode. It wasn't on push to talk mode.
Yeah. They put it on. Yeah,
it had a low threshold.
Yeah, he kept the threshold low. That means Worf was listening to the whole thing.
Yes.
All right. I guess I gave it 8.5. It's a slight outlier.
I just 8.5. Wow.
I just like Patrick Stewart's performance a lot.
No, I'm willing to give it an 8.5 because I like. I get interested in these messy sorts of like conflicts,
and I think story-wise, it's actually very solid. Like, there's honestly, it's very intriguing. Cardassians are a very interesting new entity that they have introduced. I think the main downsides are just like they clearly don't know what to do with Keiko as a character. They're just kind of like,
I don't know why they're like pushing her so hard so fast. Like,
well, because it's a Miles episode, and
they're also
I guess
making Miles more prevalent in these last couple episodes.
Yeah, okay, you know what? That is why.
Did you have like a contract renegotiation where they're like, all right, we're gonna have to put Miles more up front now?
It's again a case of the writers being like, Colm's cool. We should give him a bigger role, and that's kind of
should give him a wife.
Yeah, literally, that's how it happened.
I hope he's getting paid more, right? Because this Miles we're seeing in these episodes is different from Miles where he's just pushing a button.
Yeah, he just scrolls up a
Do you get the same pay? You know what I mean?
I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, I don't know.
I feel like we had one instance in a previous episode where he kind of like showed off his like engineering chops, where he came up with a solution for a thing that was going on. I just forget
when they had to find Pulaski's like DNA buffer or whatever. And, like,
it was something like that.
It was a bunch of stuff like that. He's done a bunch of stuff.
I want a crazy fight to break out, and then he uses his like tactical background where he's all of a sudden just
he's just an Irish brawler. We've seen this.
No, we've seen the Irish brawl. He just tosses people on tables. We've seen it.
That's his tactical background. Love it.
I mean, that is tactical in a way. You just
you drink a fight.
Yep, that's all there is to his character. Also, Maxwell, I think could have been more interesting. I think he was a little not
he was totally flat.
A little one note.
Yeah, a little strange, a little one note.
It's the eyebrows.
And then the Irish jig drinking song part felt a bit forced. It didn't feel.
Yes, that's true.
They were trying to make it sentimental, and it really didn't come across that way. But
I
it
agree
came
with that.
across as super strange and
very.
It doesn't
weird.
help that they introduce
awkward.
it while he's with Keiko, and Keiko's just like, "What the fuck are you doing?
What are you doing?
What? Are you Irish?"
It's so weird. They genuinely know nothing about each other. It's so strange.
I know.
Husband and
Why
wife.
don't they know each other?
It's so strange. It's like in the breakfast that they're having and the dinner they're having, there's zero chemistry between these two actors.
And they're using like these Fisher Price sporks.
Yeah. It's like they feel like it feels like they feel awkward being. You can feel their awkwardness around each other in the room. Like they don't feel like a couple at all.
But if I'm not mistaken, like this actress and Keiko, like they continue on. Like like this isn't the last we've seen of her.
Really, she's a really weak actress.
I'm hoping that she kind of grows into the role. I'm hoping that chemistry is found eventually. There must be.
Are you telling me she plays a major role? What?
I will say this
know.
at least. There's lots of memes about Keiko.
Really?
Not always in a positive way either. So
okay.
So you'll. My favorite.
Okay.
There's no context for this, so I'm just gonna it's not a spoiler or anything. My favorite Keiko meme is just a shot of her like from above on a balcony, like staring downward. It's a close up, and the caption just reads "Eat shit, Miles."
All right.
What?
I don't. Because you'll kind of understand why she seems so mean.
Well, I do feel like it's kind of a stereotype for like an Irish guy like Miles to like have to be kind of henpecked to be like, oh, the old ball and chain at home and whatever.
That's what they're.
Oh no!
Unfortunately,
Is that
a
what they
little bit of what they do as they move forward.
Why? This is so.
Because they don't know how to write women, Sarah. That's
also,
why.
it's the early 90s. This is still
Look
1991
at
here.
Beverly and Deanna Troy.
Oh
What
no!
Look at every sitcom dynamic in the early 90s.
They can't write white women. How are they going to write a Japanese woman? Like they don't know what they're doing.
I'm not looking forward to this side plot story.
Yeah, it's not gonna be the best. It is gonna. It's gonna be fine. It's just gonna sometimes be like that's.
It's not starting out great. I'll say there's the only way up. The only way up to go is up. I hope so.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And Miles, at least as a character, he's one. There's a reason he's one of my favorite characters in general. Though he gets very interesting as the series goes on. But
I believe
all
it.
All right. That was the wounded. So I hope you guys. We went really off the rails on this fucking podcast.
We got.
This can't be the first time we
and the butts and the.
But it's not the first time we talked about butt plugs. It sure can't be, right?
No, definitely not. It's not going to be the last
the most
either.
in depth we've gotten with butt plugs. But we probably mentioned them before.
If you guys have been enjoying this conversation, maybe you can help us out. Give us a review or rating wherever you're listening. There's reviews on Apple Podcasts and Podcast Addict. You can give ratings on Spotify. And by the time this episode comes out, you may also be listening to our episodes, or actually watching our episodes on YouTube. So by the time this episode comes out, the cat should be out of the bag. We are indeed starting to post episodes on YouTube, and they aren't just audio podcasts. They're animated, procedurally animated by you, because we're not crazy.
That'd be way too much work. Don't get your hopes too high up.
Don't get them too high, but I think they look pretty neat. I think we had a friend of ours, John Velez. I originally asked him just to do the design, and I was going to hire an After Effects artist to kind of do all the rigging and stuff. But then John one day just looked at the After Effects and was like, "Oh, I figured it out." And we were like, "Oh, okay."
You don't have to get into how the sausage is made, okay?
Well, it was just kind of amazing that he managed to do all of this, and I think the results look pretty good.
The point is we make some really awesome sausage. We have some really great people in the kitchen.
Yeah,
John is one of them.
We sure do.
Yes, we sure do. That's absolutely true.
John is a wonderful sausage maker, along with me and Dan.
He's a sausage
Ricardo.
Artisan.
He's a sausage artisan for sure.
Yeah. He's going to join us in an upcoming podcast, so that'll be fun.
And Jasmine.
Sick.
And all of our guests. We have Jasmine,
be
Scott,
your guest.
Yeah.
Be your guest.
Scott's going to join us next episode, actually.
Ricardo
Oh my God, dude.
is
He's a goddamn Angels fan, dude.
Scott's great. Yeah.
Did you just say Ricardo is the normal guy?
He's the normal guy on here. Dan's.
I don't know how. I don't get how Ricardo could be the normal guy when he's the most willing of us to kill. So
I think that might
no
be
one
the
asked
most
me
normal
that question. I'm
amongst
willing
humans.
To. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, reviews and whatnot.
They say pig is as close to human meat as you can get. I'm just saying.
Yeah, no, that is true. Yeah.
If you guys ever want to send us a question, a comment, etc., you can always email us at contact@newbiestartrek.com. That's contact@newbiestartrek.com. This week, we got a question for Ricardo from Connor. So very specifically.
Connor for real?
Connor for real asks, who would win in a fight between Jason Statham's Picard or Jean-Luc or Jean-Claude Van Damme Kirk? Also, I think Ricardo's version of Star Trek should maybe be called the Badass Verse or the Statham Verse. Love the podcast. Hope you all have a good day. Please don't cut out the praise, Marvin. Everyone needs to know that they are part of a fantastic podcast. Thank you, Connor.
Connor for real. You're real.
So, who would win in a fight between Statham's Picard or Jean-Claude Van Damme's Kirk?
Well, judging by their current fuck. Let's put them both in their prime, right? Like they're both in their prime years.
Mhm,
Sure.
mhm.
When Jean-Claude Van Damme's butt was tight, you know.
Yeah.
And Jason Statham never had hair, so
Yeah. Yes.
So I'm gonna go with fuck. So okay, depends on the venue. So like if we're allowed to fight, I mean to kick. The thing is that once Jean-Claude Van Damme misses a kick, like fucking Statham is good on the ground. He's a good grappler, and he's good at punches, and he's good at Street Fighter. And street fights mostly end on the floor. Like all fights end up on the floor. So
no one. Yes, fights don't end standing up usually. That way. Yeah.
So I think Statham would win in a real like street fight. I think in a competition like where it's sanctioned and like there's rules and referees, maybe Jean-Claude, because they'll do like roundhouse kicks and then they'll stop it, and then if it goes to the floor, they'll break them up. But I think in like just a regular fight, like they get stranded on a planet and they got to fight each other. I think Statham's gonna win.
But doesn't JCVD definitely have the better kick? He
has a better kick, but if you know that he has a good kick, then you can block it. Because he takes a while to spin up, dude. It's not instant.
That's true. It's very telegraphed. Yeah.
So like you just block it and you take it to the ground, and Statham's got him.
All right. New question: who would win in an Ambo Jutsu match?
Who's Statham best at fighting without seeing anything? Right?
Oh, I guess Jean-Claude.
Yeah, I think you're right. It would be Jean-Claude.
He'd have the
and he could even like do the splits and then hit you with the Q-tip.
That's true. But see, so the more straightforward the fight is, the more in favor it is of Jason Statham. But the more rules you add to this, the more JCVD has a chance.
Yeah. I could see this. Yeah, that makes sense to me.
All right. That makes sense. Now, in terms of acting, it's JCVD hands down though, because.
Yeah, dude.
Well, see, JCVD has that depth with that movie JCVD, where he
that movie's amazing.
Cries. Yeah,
it's straight up like really, really good.
But it's like a legitimately amazing movie.
Yeah. But Statham has good comic timing. Like he's really
That's
funny.
true. He's actually really funny. Yeah. So he's a good actor in a different way.
Yeah. Depending on the genre, if you're gonna go comedy, then I would go with Statham. But if you're gonna go dramatic stuff, I'm gonna go with
because if you put JCVD in a straight comedy and you try to be comedic,
he'll ham it up.
It'd be more like an Arnold being in a comedy where it's kind of like cringy. It's not really like funny. It's just more of like, it's.
But he can dance.
It's true.
He can dance. If it's a dance competition, like now you could dance part 10 or whatever it's called. The show. What is it called?
I don't know.
What is it? What is the dance?
I don't even.
The dance show on ABC called Sarah.
Dancing
I remember. So you
Dancing
think you
with
can
the
dance?
Stars. You put them both
Dancing with the Stars.
JCVD's gonna win because he's got the ballet, the ballet stuff that he did.
Yeah. He
That's
twirls.
true.
He twirls like nobody's business.
Yeah,
it's true. All right,
stretchy.
All right. Well, thanks for the question, Connor. All right. Well, next week we're gonna do Devil's Due, and Scott's gonna come back. The Angels fan is gonna come back. Isn't he a Giants fan? I thought he liked the San Francisco Giants.
He doesn't. He's not a Dodger fan, so he's an enemy.
But in the meantime, if you want to check out any other stuff we do, just head on over to fugitiveframes.com. We have the Fugitive Frames Film Podcast. We have our YouTube channel, Fugitive Games, and some other stuff we're doing. You can just go to fugitiveframes.com, check out all that stuff we're doing. Also, make sure to check out our YouTube channel for Newbie Star Trek. I'm going to be releasing those episodes one a day. We got to catch up to our current catalog. There's a lot of episodes to catch up on.
Yeah, and if you're one of those crazy people who've been with us since the very beginning, and it's like been like 2 years since you listened to those old episodes, maybe it's a good time to try again.
I will say, if you do care about this, one potential selling point for you guys is the audio is much better quality on the YouTube versions because YouTube in general has a much better streaming service in terms of like just getting content starting to stream right away. The reason why podcasts are so compressed is because like Apple Podcasts and like all those other podcast services, their servers are much slower. So you have to kind of use a really small audio file in order for it to start streaming right away.
Also, it's more convenient for people who just want to download it and have it offline.
Same. Yeah, exactly. But if you want to listen to a really high quality version of the podcast, it's got some visuals. When we do clips, it shows the clips, etc. Check out our YouTube channel. We're going to start posting all of the episodes there. It's going to be a while before we can fully catch up. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. We're going to, like I said, Devil's Due next week with Scott. Scott's going to come back. I'm not sure why he wanted this one so badly because I don't remember this one at all. So
Devil's Throughway, dude.
Cool.
That's why. Yeah, he wanted to. All right. But until then, stay safe, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Take care, y'all.
Keep it sleazy, guys.